Every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody
Anthony
out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank and Christina Carter. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank and Christina Carter. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's when we can kick every Tuesday. Everything is going down. Thursday. They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, the Roy Anthony Show. It's during the week, homie. The Roy Thursday Show. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Come on and get up, tap in before we gotta tap in. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Tuesday. Come on and kick it with us.
What it do? What it do? What it do? Once again, this is comedian Roy Anthony. I'm in the house. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show. We're coming live through the Woe Entertainment. When I say we, because it's the Roy Anthony, that's me, and our co-stars Big Hank, who'll be showing up. Always, he always does stuff for the Lord's church. And then we have our other co-star, Christina Carter, who'll be coming in. We call her Miss Uniqueness. I never tend to be able to spell it correctly, so I'm always starting. Miss Christina Carter, aka Miss Uniqueness, coming from Clarksdale, Mississippi. She always coming in the house. And then we want to give a shout out to the Woe Entertainment, which is a platform that was created for the awareness of our veterans that commit suicide. And the honorary guys who thought of creating this, Richard King, aka Redneck Pimp, co-creator Goose, then our social producers, that especially our main social producer that keeps it all running smoothly, Blue Phoenix. And then we have Ethan and Matthew Brooks and numerous other guys. I also want to give a shout out to the BV Nation and to some of the sponsorships that's been jumping in, different ones. Sometimes if you don't see the show live, you know that you can always go on YouTube or Facebook under any of our platforms. Some guys look at it through just Roy Anthony's Facebook or Roy Anthony's YouTube, but Woe Entertainment has a page on Facebook and YouTube, and then we have my man is 1700 somewhere. I'll be liking that. So we have different platforms, numerous of different people that sees us live. So if you look at the counts just through my YouTube and stuff, you'll be fooling yourself. There's almost 8 different platforms, and then people share it, and so the words be getting out. And so we just want to thank you. And this is not a variety show. When we first started the Roy Anthony Show, we was doing it like it was variety, having guests and everything. And it started one day, somebody in the general public was having a conversation with me, and it was like, it'd be nice as somebody who even have some type of legitimate status in dealing with entertainment, open up the doors to actually, let's have a conversation. And me and Big Hank came up with this. We've been working together as Roy Anthony with my co-star Big Hank since 2018. And we decided then that we will concentrate on that it's not a confrontation, it's a conversation. And we specify that. Sometimes we're going to say things that, even me being a comedian, some people think everything I'm supposed to say is supposed to be funny, and that's not how it works. I'm not doing a stand-up routine. I'm giving you things that I think about and I ponder, and then I like to hear from you what you had to think about it. Whether we agree or don't agree, we should be able to agree on a rational way where I should later on, I never jump when someone says something to me, especially if it's a decision for me to make. I always like to sit back and wait and think about it. Like when I have a conversation with anybody, whether I agree with you or not, I'm going to ponder the conversation again in my head while I'm laying down, getting prepared if God's will to see the next day. And we don't take the time to really get to, know each other. We seem to mass everybody up in one group, and this is what the demons tries to do. Because I tell people, I ain't dealing with flesh and blood. We see that coming, but I see what we're dealing with is spirits, principalities, evils unaware. Sometimes we can't see that spiritual side, especially if it's someone you don't like. We automatically want to cast a judgment. One of the things that I learned since I was a kid is never assume what someone's going to say, which prevents you from asking. You ever dealt with that? You ever seen somebody say, well, I was going to ask, but I think they're going to say this, or they were going to probably think that. Who cares if it came into you to ask? Because we do everything opposite of what the saying goes. The word say, everybody knows I'm not religious. I'm very spiritual. And there's a difference. I'm not going to go to the same building Monday, Wednesday, Friday night. I'm not doing that. We call ourselves ministering to the brothers and sisters that don't feel comfortable or trust the church systems because of how things has been done. I've seen churches turn their backs on the family when Big Mama and them was paying tithes and all that money, and then when she died, they ain't there because the rest of the family members ain't paying tithes. It seemed to me that it's an investment. Sister Maggie was in the church for 35 years, faithfully paying, then her family should be taken care of as long as the church is existing. That's how I look at it. So people say, oh, well, it's not materialistic. Don't tell me that. Because a lot of the preachers, they seem to preach on, will a man rob God, make people feel guilty. I can't stand to try to make me feel guilty. I'm free with God, but now I'm robbing him. No, he wasn't talking to us. He's talking to ones who are over the tithe and the offering. Why would he tell them so it's stored in the storefront? We're the parishioners, the people who owns it, but they flip it. It amazes me how many black preachers got wealthy during the crack epidemic. I'm gonna say the crack pandemic. For real, doing the crack came out in 86, doing 90 through 91, major black pastors became more familiar. Now, a lot of people say, well, what that got to do with it? Well, in Catholics, and a lot of my whites and Latinos are Catholics, they feel comfortable to go to somebody in the room, call themselves confessing their sins to this person, and this person got the authority to tell you, okay, well, God forgives you, which we should have known that, and say so many Hail Marys, which I don't know where that came from. I didn't know if you talking about throwing football passes. And so say so many Hail Marys. Well, a lot of blacks, that was some dope dealers, would appease by giving major donations of money to some of these high profile pastors and hoping that will relinquish some of the sins they was going through while you're selling dope. But I'm alleviating a lot of this sin by giving some of this 100K to the pastor. I like, I don't know who the Facebook user is. If you don't log your name in, they call you Facebook user. But I am going to read what you said. Any church has the ability to help its members come up financially, especially the mega church, with 2 exclamation point. No members should be facing homelessness. Electricity shouldn't go off and never run out of food. I say the same thing. See, the name of our subject, the subject today, and we may push it out because last week it was all about do you only believe if it fits your agenda. This week we're on how can you or we help others when you and we got to help ourselves. Now, when I was a kid, oh, this is Miss Woody. Hey, Miss Woody, in St. Louis, Missouri. When I was a kid, one time I had these one toys that I was tired of, and my classmates had some different toys, which as a kid, I didn't know the pricing of it. It just seemed like it was something I would like to have of theirs, and they wanted mine. Mine was more expensive. I didn't know that. And it was told to me that they thought I was trying to become their friend so much that I would cut off my nose to spite my face. Listen, everyone. It took me a minute. You know, we get to know saying cliches and we hear cliche, but you got to know when that cliche is meaningful. Miss Woody said, hey, everyone. Let me give you an example. I'm waiting. Here's my brother now. Let me bring him on in the house and stuff. What's up with you, superstar Big Hank?
Hey, what's happening, Roy Anthony, man? How you doing, bro?
Oh man, you know me, man. I'm parlaying until you got in the house. I can really get, I can really get going when Big Hank's in the house because I look at his approval, especially for like words that I get kind of messed up.
Come on, man. Hey, we really the dynamic duo, man. Come on, man.
Man, they talking about for real.
Yeah,
I was just talking about we go all the way back since 2018.
Yes, sir.
And me and Big Hank, y'all, I lie to you not, I don't think that I could have a podcast without Big Hank there.
Come on,
now,
man.
When he's gone, I always say that he's doing something for God, so I can't get mad at God because he is doing something.
You don't want to get mad at God. Please don't get mad at God.
Nothing like that.
I want to see you tomorrow. I want you to still be around. Don't get mad at God, man. Don't do it.
And you know what? This what gets me. I heard Miss Woody on the back. She don't got her name up there, but she said we must build financial teams to make these. Now, see, what I was going over, Big Hank, and you're witness of this. Mm-hmm. You or we cannot help others unless you or we can help ourselves.
First, man.
Let me tell you something.
I can't give you $20. I can't give you $20 if I ain't got $20. I only got one. Part. Okay, I'm just letting you know. Yeah.
Even if you had $30, they need 20.
Yeah.
You cutting your nose off a little bit.
Yeah.
He can give you the saddest story and make, and I was talking about the churches, and this is the truth, Big Hank.
Come on.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, everybody. Yes, Big Hank is the deacon of the church, which is St. Luke's Holy Baptist Church in West Side, Long Beach. Because why I talk about that, he's one of the only pastors I know beside my grandmother, rest in peace, was a pastor, who doesn't gloat about monies, but gloats about socialism. Keep it at 100 so you can get to heaven.
Come on, man. Come on.
I have never had a pastor, even if I was consistent or whatever, even if I enjoy and I was consistent. Pastor Williams, Dr. Williams, said to me, Roy, thank you for your tithes and offering. I looked at him. What?
Yeah.
He says to amaze me.
Yeah. Put your little chest out a little bit.
Yeah. When he recognized, I went up there. He said, Roy, I was about to leave. I slip out. I ain't trying to do all the hoorah. I come in and as heathen as I am, I'd be like, I ain't gonna mess with all these good people. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm grateful to be in the house.
And guys even said it. No, it ain't no good ones. God, it ain't no good ones. It ain't no good ones, man.
Exactly. But you know, I don't linger. I know Big Hank. I be wanting to kick the bobo with Big Hank, but Big Hank is the head deacon, so I don't pedal or meddle with him on street stuff or whatever when we in the house of the Lord.
Yes, sir.
But he called me.
Yeah.
You know,
up to the front.
Like, I was doing the way, hey, Pastor C. He like, hey,
go up to the front. Yeah, go up to the front. Yeah.
I'm like, oh snap. And knowing I'm gonna pay attention to him.
Yeah.
And I felt like a kid that just had a good report card. I said, hey, how you doing, Pastor? Because as wicked and wretched as I am.
Yeah.
Because I call him a leader, and I'm talking about Dr. Williams because he's from the streets as well.
Yes.
And he understands. He broke down some stuff to me one time. He wasn't talking to me, but it felt like when you're trying to fight the drug addictions and stuff like that. You like, well, I ain't gonna go. I'm not gonna do this. I was like, I felt connected.
Yes, sir.
I can't connect really with someone who don't know what I've been through or been in the situations.
Man, come on, man. Listen, you preaching right now because that's the same thing I told him. I said, man, this ain't you ain't the first church I've been to. You know what I'm saying? I've been to a bunch of churches, but this is where I stayed at because you was talking some stuff that I can associate with. You've been where I've been. Yeah. And I'm believing what you're saying because the way you saying it. You dig what I'm saying? So
when he called me up and said, come to the front, I was like, oh God, I started thinking of any sins. I was just about to put my Raiders hat on. I don't go into the church with my hat on, y'all.
Right, that's right, man.
And he said, hey, bro, I love what you're doing, and I want to thank you about your tithes and offering.
Thank you for your
now, my tithe and offering is like a blue moon. If it gets there, but I'm giving up. When he said that, I'm like, man, I can't wait to be able to give him the church more. And it's not because, and I was about to mess up. That's nothing but the devil. I'm not going to say him.
Right.
Because let me tell you something. Real people do real things.
Yeah.
They got the Latino church on the other side.
Yes, sir.
Them people just as happy and everything. They don't feel burdened down how they gonna pay rent and nothing like that. They going on praise the Lord. The Lord got to hear. They hearing it for praise the Lord to the Lord. They hearing it from English and Spanish from the
all of it.
Building.
Yeah. Yes,
and then on off days, Big Hank, I've seen them. They don't give the clothes that, well, I don't wear these no more. They got a hole. I'm gonna give them away. No. They had some clothes in there. I started measuring myself against Big Hank. I'm like, how tall he was? That's what I saw. He got a nice suit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man. Woody said, this is why you bring something to the table so everyone can eat. This is how we come together to help us help ourselves. You're absolutely right. Our the head producer says CEO, and you know they always got to put something up like that. You know, they tease with me and stuff. But let me tell you something. For one, I had to say, now, Big Hank, you know, I was just on about. Let's start at home, especially with the blacks. We can't get enough loud noise to get certain help from our nation government. For one, it's because whenever there's a plight or something, notice that the politicians always goes to the church. How do you keep the mass of blacks? It's go through the church.
Right.
Then if those who didn't go to the church, that family member is making them feel good. Boy, you should have been at church. God showed up. The pastor got to, you know, all that stuff. And I'm like, well, he's not here now. Isn't that what that Ethiopian said to Stephen? Said, hey, he said, well, unless you get baptized. And he said, well, isn't that some water right there?
Ain't that a bathtub right there?
Yeah. Coming in I was seeing my mother coming in Sunday. Yeah, high stepping. And Tuesday, She was dragging her feet. I said, what the? You mean that Sunday service is when? Because some people go for natural high. And I said my mother stays in that word every day, but I'm just saying that our churches is one of the key points. Now, I'm going to say this because this may step on some toes, because we can't talk about the government and the white folks if you can't talk about it in your home first.
Mm-hmm.
We can't help others unless we help ourselves. We can't help God. Who's robbing God? Some people have made it their mind, as much as I paid and God took my auntie. Wait a minute. God don't look at stuff like that.
No.
We've been doing the same thing, same stuff. Oh, we are insane. Because to my understanding, insanity definition is when you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over, and you're expecting the different results. Why is the people in the church who's paying and doing everything? That's okay. I'm gonna break something down with a lot of people. They know that I have 2 kids, and I never bring up why I broke up with someone ever. But me and my baby's mother had a different point of view. She did not work. I did. But she get a spirit move on her and want to donate $1,000 to TBN. I'm like, I'm not giving them people no $1,000. You don't even got $1,000. What are you gonna try to give my money for? So then here it is. I'm in one day, the electricity's off. I left the money there. I said, why the lights off? Well, Roy, you know, we're going to get the electricity out, but we had to pay that tithe. It's where you mean. You don't give it to this pastor. Your electricity is off.
Yeah. But how she paying tithe? Her tithes is nothing.
That's oh man, the Holy Spirit wouldn't let them understand nothing. Nothing leaves nothing. You gotta have something. Faith is, I'm like, y'all got the wrong interpretation of faith. Is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Don't believe in my pocket. Make me feel guilty because you don't got nothing.
It's not called our tithes, it's called your tithes.
You feel me? Make you feel guilty about you. I'm feeling bad. Okay, God said be of a cheerful heart.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Don't make me mad when I gotta give.
Man, I flipped that scale after I was like 32. I got to thinking about it. Went to the church one time. As much money I can give it. Went to the church to see if I can get a little loan. Well, brother, let's pray for you. Lord bless this man one day has a McDonald's. That's why I don't let people pray for me speaking in tongues.
Yeah.
I really don't know if you got good out for me. Lord, let this nigga's stomach constantly be in hunger. Let him never have his own house.
Mm-hmm.
You get your own crib when you go to the right thing, Big Hank. Come on now. You said you went to a lot of different churches. You was probably trying to seek redemption all types of ways, because like you said, I was watching your comedy and you said you was the big F up.
Yeah, Mr. fucked it all off. Yeah, Mr.
Right?
Fucked it all off. Yeah.
And look here, bro, but look how you have rebounded.
Yes.
Anybody to know your aura could not see that.
Yes, sir. Got you. Yeah. It's all God. All God, man. God changed me around, turned me up, washed me off, cleaned me up, took my old stuff and new me up, man. That's what God did.
You feel me? And look here, man. I love this. See, our head producer Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp. This is what he just said. He said, it's like the man who prayed to win the lottery over and over, but never bought a lottery ticket.
Duh, yeah.
See, we rely upon man. And then the thing about it is that our church is modern day. Now, I said this. If you think about it, all these modern preachers that we know, the seen on TBN, Jakes, Creflo, all them became more known and stuff during the crack pandemic. Because I knew some dope dealers that would give money to the pastors because it alleviated them from thinking about sin, like when whites and Latinos go to a Catholic church and ask the man, hey, Father, I have sinned. And this man said, well, God forgives you, say 4 Hail Marys and some whoop-de-whoops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gamblers pay tithes.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden we got these pastors that's riding on planes and all this, and I got somebody say, "Let me introduce you to my pastor." Remember Bishop Eddie Long?
Oh
He
yeah.
was down there in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay,
Yeah.
when he first came out, and I'm hearing these guys. I was doing a podcast then on Ustream by myself, and Eddie, I said, ooh, I said something about Bishop Eddie Long. People even for real came at me. How dare you talk about the man of God, you heathen? That's a man of cloth. You don't put your mouth on God's show. That's what they said to me.
Yeah.
They was attacking them little young dudes who the pastor was, you got me humping day and night, baby. You got to hump that rhythm. and he lied. Bishop Eddie Long lied so much that he caught a terrible sickness and died.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm attacking these churches because we has gotten to a point that we're robotic in church. Our society is so robotic that we're so robotic that we think that we got to counsel certain things that's in culture. We're so robotic. Here's an example. Here's somebody come new to church. This person always stand up in church. I first want to give honor to the Lord, Pastor so-and-so, and First Lady so-and-so, and the ministers and the deacon boards, like that. Start that pattern, right? Now, this person comes to church 5 or 6 Sundays in a row. Next thing you know, they decide they got the courage to say a testimony.
Mm-hmm.
I will bet anybody $10, 9 out of 10. I'd be like, every first testimony is going to mimic like somebody they've been heard. I first want to give honor to God and Pastor so-and-so and First Lady Big Toe. Somebody will say, that's right, baby. That's right. That's right. And the minister board. Don't forget the deacon board and the deacon board. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We control the masses of blacks. Now, when we control that, then we got to start talking to these Senate commissioners and these mayors about the charters.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've been reading deeper into them charters. Okay. 1902, Cowboys kind of days, right?
Yeah.
The town sets up a charter. That's how it becomes a township. They create a charter and then they have the followings. We went through that, right? Well, in the cowboy days, one of the first charters, like, because people want to be decent folks, whatever, and here come an outlaw coming in towns. So they said in our charter in this town, you got to turn your gun in to the police.
When you come into the city limits.
Yes, you had to turn in your guns. If you want to go to them saloons and watch
Right.
them women kick their legs up and fishnet pantyhoses, you got to turn in your gun. Dude say, well, I ain't turning my gun. You ain't going to stay in this town. We're going to shoot you. Yeah. Them same charters hold, just like they're telling cats when you get out of prison in Kansas and Missouri, oh, you're supposed to give you $100 and a horse. So they took the horse out and gave you $120 now.
Right.
For real. I'm not making this up, Big Hank.
Yeah.
But the city City commissioners and the mayors had to sit up with us and anguish like they're hurting just as well. They too lazy to do their job to start working on new charters. They too
Right.
busy want to wave and argue with politicians and stuff. I'm asking anybody. I respect all my elders, like Miss Senator Maxine Water. I'm just trying to figure out what are you been doing, because I've been under your establishment since '96, and I ain't seen nothing improvement. We want to protest, even Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm be honest with everybody. I lie to you not. If I could have wrote in a different vice president, because Kamala Harris was the attorney general of the state of California. And what I didn't like, and I'm going to say it personally, is that she suppressed a lot of evidence that kept black men and Latino men in prison for marijuana charges. But when Oscar Grant got killed, she pushed that police officer down to LA because it was done in San Francisco. She pushed the case down there to Los Angeles, and the dude ended up doing a 1-2. But yet she's in 2014 is when she started identifying as a black person, because when Kamala Harris was in California, she was always recognized as an Eastern Indian lady. All of a sudden, she was a black woman wearing Chuck Taylors and all this, but she was suppressing evidence big time for black men. This is a fact. To all of a sudden, you the vice president of the United States with a white guy. And no one understands what she's talking about. For real. You know what? I'm not a Republican, not a what, man. I just tell you that I'm getting to this point because nephew Michael, I want to say it was his birthday Thursday. I seen him on Anything Goes podcast. Anybody have a chance to watch Anything Goes podcast? My man Big Ski and JoJo, they had nephew Michael on this past Sunday afternoon. And he said something you and I talked about Thursday, but it was more astounding. This is where this subject desperately came in. Okay, we know there's a war going on over with Russia and Ukraine. I still want to let everybody know that there's been a continuous war here in the U.S., but we won't get on to that one because it seemed like all of our focus been over there for the people in Ukraine. Rich and them said, there are cities here in Missouri that still have a law on the books that no blacks in public after dark, they should be shot. It's not enforced, but in the charter needs to be changed. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People don't understand that. Now, you would think our politicians, you, me, Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp, we all on that charter. Why ain't our commissioners and all that? But let me tell you something. This to me is such a slap in my face. It's just blatant of who America. We're supposed to be America. We don't even say United States of America because this is far from being united. And this goes to the subject. I think it's 2017, 2018, Haiti had a major earthquake.
Yeah.
They neglected over 10,000 and something Haitians to come over the United States and stuff for real. When there's an earthquake, people dying, food, electricity gone. Don't you bring that over here. Ask former President Donald Trump.
Yes.
Afghanistan been fighting for 20 years. We always talk about the soldier parts, but guess what? Afghanistan was a country. There's a whole bunch of people that are still affected from it because they were citizens and they don't know what to do for a life. Hondurans, the Latinos that was coming up here in a caravan to get asylum to America was denied at the border with enforced violence to keep them from crossing America. You knew that, right? Probably everybody heard this. But did you hear about what happened yesterday?
No.
Okay, it's bad enough. And I'm trying to be where, Roy, okay, we're supposed to be humanitarians, Big Hank.
Yeah.
We're supposed to care about all the humans and everybody.
Right.
We give them $350 million for aid and help. Aid and $350 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's for there because they in the conflict.
Yeah.
Not because of us blacks getting killed here with all this and
Right.
black Latinos in prison. We make up 80% of the prisons. Even now, the more we talk about it, they still make up 80% of the prisons. Yeah. Blacks and Latinos are going to prison for misdemeanors. That was unheard of 10 years ago. In the past, in the second term of President Barack Obama, blacks have been going to prison on misdemeanors. Now, we just offered them, Ukrainians, to bring 10,000 of their citizens over here with no problems at all. Sound like what we did with the Laotians.
Yeah.
We gave them a house, brought them over here. Everybody was feeling safe. Sorry, the Chinese was rationing them and everything. We bring them over here. We give them a car, a house, a grant money, or a decent job. A lot of them took their grant money to open up swap meets. When they came over here, Spike Lee was just about to put out a movie called X, and had to remember that's where you was going to get your African paraphernalia.
Yeah.
At the Laotian swap meet.
Wow.
Remember, you got the sweater with the X and everybody wearing the beads and look like African Bambaataa because we was on that Malcolm X craze because of Spike.
I remember I had an X hat. I remember I had the X, one of these that had the X on. I don't at the AM/PM liquor store. I don't know, man. I don't remember, man. It was back in the day.
Black shop.
No, probably. I don't know. It might have been a swap meet or something.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Either it's gonna be Asian, East Indians. There ain't gonna be no blacks.
Yeah.
We didn't even sell our own. Now we're doing this.
Yeah.
How can we help others? We ain't helped ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, are they gonna come over here? Because I got videos to show proof of them actually putting people up the train. Young people, college students, ain't worried about what their parents is thinking about their kids. Old dude. People think, okay, let me show y'all this right quick. I'm gonna show just a real quick TikTok, bro. I'm gonna show this quick TikTok right quick. Anybody don't mind? Now, this was just shot. I'm gonna bring this up. Hold up, give me a second. Hold on, let me bring this up. All right, I'm gonna show you. This is who we're helping. This is who we're feeling sorry for, Big Hank. This is who we feeling sorry for. Watch this. They're kicking other blacks off. Young blacks that are in college.
There's no bug. Yo, what's up?
They're kicking them off the train, bro. That's trying to run for Salem.
Yeah.
From the war.
Yeah.
But they're kicking them off.
Yeah.
So now I'm not putting that on the president because he got so much on his mind. Did you see who was kicking him off? The old Ukrainian guy?
A white dude, yes, sir. Yeah.
Kicking him off, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're bringing 10,000 of them over here.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the 3%ers is going to say. You on our side.
Yeah.
Come on with us.
Yeah.
Remember Richard Pryor had this joke where he was talking about the Koreans and he said they had a class.
How to say nigga? Yeah. And if you got your ass whooped, you know you made it.
They said, well, you're close. You know you're fast if you get your ass whooped.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah. But they want us to feel In Kansas City, in Olathe, Kansas, it was all over the news. School shooting. Deadly school shooting. They getting everybody's attention. Olathe, Kansas, deadly school shooting. So they showed a black kid, 18-year-old. He done shot 2 white teachers. Like one of the school police and one of the principals or somebody was shot. But I just found out today they weren't dead. They not dead at all. They in the hospital. When you hear deadly shooting, what does that mean to you, bro?
Dead. Somebody got to be dead. Fuck you mean, man? Shit. What you playing? We didn't see no psych at the end. We didn't hear you say sorry. We didn't see none of that shit, man. Deadly shooting. I need to see some dead people, please, lady. Shit. Fuck.
Somebody told me this morning. They said, well, it says a deadly shooting, and I said, oh, they said, well, they didn't die. They're in the hospital. I said, well, wait a minute. They said deadly shooting.
Yeah.
Well, they tried to explain to me that in certain areas, that
when you go to the hospital, you did.
You, but you didn't. What? Even our producer said body bag or something. Look, even the media purports it. Okay. Oh my God, bro. We make up 13.5% of this population. There's 2,000 violent crimes going on every day in the United States. Are you trying to tell me that 13.5%
is doing the 2,000?
The media had everybody in an uproar. You thought you liked Mahomes? Well, there's a black guy who done killed deadly shooting in Olathe, Kansas. Killed their administrator and everything. I'm like, oh my God. The first thing I heard when I heard it, I said, well, white or black?
Right.
When I heard Olathe, Kansas, oh, it must be white. But it was a black, young black youth. Oh, the prosecutor's already, we're trying him as an adult. Now they found that sound like he was being bullied.
Right.
By the administrator and all that. They said he had a gun. They gonna take the gun from him. No, what you do is you don't think you can boss somebody up with a gun. Then when they got shot, he said, man, you better leave me alone and shoot you. You ain't gonna shoot no pow. Oh, he shot me.
This nigga shot me.
Now it's because it was 2 white authority figures.
Right.
And he's an 18-year-old black kid.
Right.
Now when we heard of Olathe, Kansas, if you know anything about Lake, I'm thinking that it was basically all whites.
Yeah.
And then the deadly killing, deadly shooting. Then they showed his brother, they showed his face. I thought they done showed the suspects' faces.
Right.
It was just it was a shooting on Lake the Kansas. No, it was a deadly shooting. And look who did it.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Jenkins. No, that's not his name.
Artemis Johnson.
All that.
Yeah, my nigga Artemis Johnson.
Got the braids with the real beads and everything. And so our white neighbors like, oh, look at that thug. I told you, they're criminals.
Jarrell Jackson.
Look, everybody's saying, oh, we got the right to have our guns. We got the right to have our guns, except them blacks.
Except for them niggas, when them niggas get them. Except when they get them. Don't let them niggas get them, though. Yeah, they don't get that.
Yeah. Because it's purported, because guess what? And we sit up here and we constantly, we're insane. If you want to believe the media or don't want to believe the media, but you want to believe when it comes to me. I don't believe in giving Ukraine all this money and assistance because we got to go with that. If it was just America and Russia, we're going to have some problems.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't have been getting our oil from them in the first place. If you think we can punk them.
Yeah.
One of the senators said that France ain't going to fight. they come up to France door. France like, oh, all right, come on in. We're not going to fight you. We're going to eat some spaghetti and drink some good grown coffee.
Oh, Putin got all the motherfuckers scared. They all scared of Putin. They said that Ukraine said, oh, why don't y'all just make a no-fly zone over our thing, and then they can't get us. And Biden says, shit, if we shoot one of them Russian planes down, Putin gonna come after us. No, we ain't doing that.
We shouldn't even give him no money. Ain't that wasn't voted upon?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like. Let me tell you something. I don't want to hear nothing from no the current administration. I think they all in line with the past administration. Oh, if I would have been the president, it wouldn't have. This is what Trump said. If I would have been the president, it wouldn't have happened. Come on, man. You didn't even exonerate the people from January the 6th. You were still the president. You didn't pardon them or nothing. Oh, well, you couldn't prevent them.
But you gonna stop Putin. You crazy. You don't knock it off. You don't stop it.
He surprised himself for being friends to the dictators from, Putin. And I don't know him personally. I'm not going to go with the media about Kim Jong-un over there in North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
They make it sound like you and I are not one because some of these other people ain't wanted. But I found out a couple of friends went over to North Korea and said that they had a good time.
Man, because Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is, he over there doing cocaine and everything. He up in there having a party. He party every night. He don't got no. Matter of fact, he party 3 or 4 days straight till he just fall out.
You can see him there. It's good to be me. It's good to be me.
It's good to be me, man.
Yeah.
It's good to be me. It's good to be me.
He got news. He got all that.
Good to be me, man. Good to be me.
On a grumpy day and say, you know what? I don't like him. Execute him.
Get him.
Really
yes, sir.
Say, man, that man is treacherous. He is foul. It's no different from you killing a black child and telling their family he died in a car accident.
Hey, man, hey, and they ain't playing over there in Korea, man. They knocked his sister down. I think they knocked his brother down. She just fell out in the middle of the airport. I don't know what kind of shit they gave her, man, but they ain't playing over there in Korea, man. They're not joking around.
They ain't playing. What's up with you, Christina?
Hey, y'all, how y'all doing?
Christina Carter, what's happening?
What's good?
She come up like 12 minutes, like getting to work at 11:30. No, you're gonna take lunch at 12.
I've been out busy, man.
Yeah. Oh, I know it. I know it. Hey, I wanted to read this. You heard the subjects, right, Christina? What we on? We on this. How can you help others if you can't help yourself? Now they said no. Biden is scared. U.S. citizens ain't scared. We just tired of war. As a vet, I'm tired of being the world's 911 service. See, this is my thing too. We sit up there and give Ukraine all this money. That man has his own reasons. What Russia's doing, if you look on this map, I keep looking at it on this map, man. Ukraine is in the same color of this stuff.
Yeah.
He ain't tried to go to Finland. He ain't tried to take over Romania. He ain't tried to take over Poland. Or he ain't tried to take over Mongolia. He respecting to China. We sits over here and want to act like big brother. See, this is where that revelations come in. When that little horn, and we right in the middle of it. They shoot bombs. We don't have no call for this. We don't have to say, hey, man, don't shoot no bombs. I can say I'm not agreeing with America. We should just wait. It seemed like an in-house fight. I seen a dude get whooped up one day thinking he was going to go to these people's house. The dude and his woman in his house, and they having an argument, and he throwing stuff. The dude thought it was sound like because she was screaming, and all that. So he going in there because he been watching the woman. So he going to come through the door, calling himself going to save the woman, and got his head dealt with. Here's your hat, sir. You left your shoe over there at that corner. That dude put a whooping on him.
Yeah.
We cannot say, and I get tired. We go through the same rhetoricness about, Biden's been in there a year and a half, and we swear up and down him made our life miserable. There's no life was miserable than 2020 when I was quarantined in a house.
Yes, sir.
You can't do no worse than that. We didn't shut
Yes,
the
sir.
world down for AIDS. How in the world are we going to shut down the country for a virus?
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. That's what he did, though.
And paid out money. They were talking about, oh, Biden caused inflation. I was sitting back getting money like a mother. They said I don't have to work and I'm getting 600 top of this too. Oh yeah, gonna bring that. Got all my credit stuff taken care of. I should be thanking somebody said you should be thanking Trump. You absolutely right. If it weren't for that quarantine and you giving me that extra stimulus money.
Well, we need another one. They need to go on and re-stimulate us real quick.
You don't need that though. You know why you don't need that? Because once they give you one, they think you owe them every explanation of what your life has been.
I wouldn't even give a damn. I gotta die owing. I'm gonna die owing somebody something. So I
There you
tell them
go.
all they need to. We gonna be in debt. We came in the world in debt.
Well, you
We
know what?
came
That's
up
what
in it.
America wants you to think because America owes us. You know what I mean? Your
Yeah,
family
they
members.
owe us, but at the same time, like these like student loans and stuff like that, it makes us be in debt because they know we're not gonna be able to pay it. Really,
But you get
you
a
know.
government. You knew it is get a government. Get you a government grant for selling your candles and watch how that'll pay because they'll give you more than what you want. But the thing is, we won't write things out. Trust me, Christina. I got a patent lawyer. Me and Big Hank can tell you we have a patent lawyer. We go. I said I'm already getting you hooked up with him. His name is Brian Tooks. He gonna get you set up with that.
Yes, sir.
To do something quick because when I tell you when they said people in poverty level, I'm there. I'm her.
Hey,
She is me.
let me
I'm
tell
there.
you something. We get on when you get on welfare, the government got to know every single thing, or you get a stimulus check, they want to know every single thing, who's in your household, all of that. Let me tell you something. What you just said, Bonner, verifies what I just said earlier, Miss Carter. They help Ukrainians with $350 million on aid and stuff. We got people just need another 1,500,
Yeah.
That part.
$2,000.
They
You
cut me
them
off
people
food
over there,
stamps and
these
I
people
got
own the
kids.
country. I can't stand when we're helping someone who has. Why are we helping someone else? You can't help other people. We can't help ourselves. Why don't we concentrate on America? Let America get strong. We get strong, y'all, and then we can go and deal with certain ones. I can't. How you gonna go and fight with somebody else's battle outside your house, and your house is a shambles?
Mm-hmm.
Them
True.
Ukrainians, that dude is telling us to put ourselves in jeopardy because you knew this was brewing. This wasn't just something overnight between him and Putin. They've been going through this since 2014.
All that's been
And what
premeditated.
it was is, dude got a smart mouth because he used to be a comedian and stuff. The president, he used to be a comedian, and he said some stuff to Putin, and Putin's like, you know what? He even said,
Fuck
I'm not trying
you.
to. That's what he said.
I know it. That's what he said.
He said, man, he said, I'm gonna show you what it was. Dude
Right.
got some cracks off over on Putin, and Putin didn't like that.
Yes, sir.
He called him your Nazi and all this stuff. We got veterans here that should be honored, shouldn't even worry about if they're gonna be homeless or have mental help with the psychiatrist stuff. So President Biden, do you know how much 350 million would have helped with some of the events that we're working in? We're trying to get people who gets out of prison. Oh, I should wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. President Biden. I forget. It's because of you, the one who wrote that the crime bill. Darn it. I thought we had a better person. I think that, darn it. If we don't start trying to take with the with the Declaration of Independence, don't tell me to learn it, we can't use it.
Right.
Why we can't use the Declaration of Independence, Big Hank?
Because it don't apply to us.
Well, it applied to them people January 6th. They went about it the wrong way. It
Yeah.
says on there that if this government fails you, and I'm letting everybody know this government has failed me and a
Failed
lot of
us.
my family members. This government has failed us. It states that we have the authority
I would say how the government failed us, man.
to get a new government. We sit up here talking about Republicans, Democrats, and we sit up here. Here go Christina. She like, hey, I need another stimulus. We up here asking for stimulus money, and these people just got $350 million.
$350 million.
And
They
then
done
people,
took up the gas here. They done cut me off stamps because a disability check went up a couple dollars. Now I don't get food stamps. The government ain't helping with housing or none of that down here now. So
but,
now here I am with a $800 disability check and your rent $700 and your kids ain't got food to eat down here. But y'all can go help somebody else.
and the
That's
Ukrainians,
garbage.
what gets me is that I feel like they need to because they're putting blacks off the train and buses there in Ukraine
Yep.
to go away from the war. These are college students. People's parents is okay. I found out, man, that a lot of these okay, when a kid goes to a college in another state or another country, they are paid more of a they have to pay more of a tuition than those who's in state or in country. But you may teach a certain thing that is valuable for this person's major. So a lot of those blacks are college students. Their parents was concerned. My baby in a war country.
Yeah.
You should even told them, we know, but y'all probably don't want to come this year because we're looking at wars intensify. Next thing you know, they're putting these young kids out, ain't worried about the parents. It was an old dude. Didn't we just see that video? Putting out them young kids out in the middle of a war. Ain't worried about them, my babies. Now, guess what? And what we're going to have to do, it's going to be another 25, 30 years before they understand that the minorities that they bring over here that aren't black and Latinos tend to try to act like we beneath them.
Mm.
They're going to do that.
Yeah.
But it takes, you know why I said it takes them 25, 30 years? Since I guess they was feeling guilty that they gave Ukraine $350 million, they went on and made it a federal crime for lynching.
What? What you said? What you said? What?
Yes, they call it the Emmett Till law.
Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. So what's the Emmett Till law? What's it called?
Where lynching is a federal crime now.
Is only now?
I'm not making this up.
Only now is a federal crime. It ain't been a federal crime back when they were doing us.
No, because if they did, they would have to go get those pictures where you got all the white people,
Yeah,
hanging in the back like
yeah,
he just hanging in the back, and they like cheese picnic.
Hell yeah. They like got a number one. We're number one signs and shit. All kind of shit.
CIA said that's some of our family members. Just wait till the year 2022. We're gonna name it off of somebody that wasn't even lynched.
Uncle Bud should be dead by then. He ain't gonna be able to go get Uncle Bud.
Uncle Bud. Our producer said lynching should always been a crime. When you're telling me this becomes a law. I'm failing to realize something. Is this something we don't know about, that this is going on, this lynching going on that we didn't know about, so they had to make it a law?
Ain't that some shit?
They called it the Emmett Till law. I'm not making it up. People, look at it. We give $350 million to the Ukraine. You said, oh, wait a minute. Y'all know y'all can't do that. That's wrong. We ain't even helped our own people. Okay, yeah. Who should we help? Help the blacks, because you know they've been having through a hardship. Yeah, let's go on and pass a law for them. No more lynching.
No more killing them niggas on trees. Can't put them niggas on trees no more, man. Don't put them on trees.
Wait a minute. Police, we don't mind you still beating them up.
Right. Just don't put them on trees.
Yeah, look here. He can stop the white guys and have all that. They can have the guns and everything. They ain't gonna get no trouble. Hey, what you doing with that rope? Oh,
Gonna have to lock you up and give you 25 years. My goodness
yeah.
gracious.
You know that's against the law. What would you think with this rope?
Yeah.
For real. They just gave us that.
Man,
Look,
that's the one that's
Asians
gonna
got their head busted a couple of times because everybody assumed that Asians know kung fu, so we didn't expect that somebody's gonna run up and just hit some Asian people in the head and we automatically know that they the Shaw brothers and all that gonna right. So a couple of the Asians, and then the guy goes in the massage parlor because I guess he didn't have enough money because he wanted to have a happy ending and stuff, right? And he shot everybody. They immediately made a federal law on hate for Asians.
Right.
But blacks, it's in the charter. We won't give them a break until 2022. When was Emmett Till killed? In the 50s?
Somewhere around there, 50s or the 60s.
All those pictures that they got. If they were to say, well, we got to make this law should have been illegal, we're going to say it's effective 1905. They got to go back through all those pictures and start arresting them people. And they'd be like, man, I can't arrest my Uncle Charlie, man.
Yeah, you know, Uncle Bud. My Uncle Bud was there. Uncle Bud was there too now. Don't forget Uncle Bud. Uncle Bud was the one that then. Uncle Bud got there.
That was against me. Who's looking eye? You remember one of the most gruesome scenes to me? I'm gonna be getting out on the movie Color Purple.
Yeah.
You know the most saddest scene to me was when that lady went through all that damage in prison and everything. She's getting out, and that white lady like, I want to go home. Forget you need to drive me. Forget her kids and all that. You need to drive me. Asians are more important because out here in America, he said, I guess God said Asians are more important. I guess God gave me 40 acres and a mule, then they gave them 40 acres and a mule. And they gave them all the downtown areas and them grant money.
They didn't give us shit.
We bought all our radios and everything. In our house, who is Japan? They sure make it nice up in this party. All the lamps from China. All the transistor radios made in Japan, headphones, all that. Yeah. But we owe them. But man, I just don't understand how we supposed to help each other and can't help ourselves. Yeah. I mean, we got to help ourselves first. Why are we giving these people, Ukrainians, money, and they got pipelines run through? You better get right with Russia. If Russia wants to run that, stop with your pride. Let them run it, man. What's he going to do to you? Set his laws? I don't know, man. I don't know. I just know that it's hard for me to see us doing anything, and it's a slap in my face because that money could have where we can have UN diplomat and we can all talk about our American problem.
Yeah. Because
I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen. People tired. You can't bring them people over here, man, thinking that they're gonna be looking down at me. I'm gonna have some problems if I go to 7-Eleven and they like, I call the police. Then you just come over here. I'm from Ukraine. You don't want that issue, man. We tired of them other minorities acting that some way. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man. So I'm picking this same subject up. How can we help others if we can't help ourselves?
Yeah.
Making yourself go broke, paying the tithes. Hungry in the mud and stuff. Church won't even help. No black folk. All these churches, all these millionaires.
What's the building fund for? What's the building fund for and all this stuff? And you still ain't got the building. You still got holes in the floor.
That's because we building somewhere else. We building up on our
It's like a little bird getting the nest, little twigs off one tree to put it on another.
And people do it, and guess what? They're gonna make you feel guilty If you don't, if you ain't strong enough, they're gonna make you feel guilty
back.
and stuff. Lord, sister, what it is you're going through that problems that you need to give more to the Lord. You got to give more to the Lord, Christina. That's why you ain't paying attention. You got to give more to the Lord. Now you
I
find
hear you.
yourself for the Lord, baby. Then we're gonna then you gonna graduate from a ham sandwich to a pork sandwich. You just got.
They already eating steaks though.
That's what. Hey,
Turn around, you can't go this way.
you got to break yourself. Hey, man, check this out. I just want to say this, man. Y'all stop me whenever we feel like we're wrong. If I'm wrong about something, just because I'm not agreeing. I'm not agreeing with, for one, where all of us blacks is always taking care of. It's either a rapper that's influenced us, sports figures, or a church. Everybody who speaks like us, we're rationalized, we're radicals. If they take me down, they're gonna take y'all two down too. They're gonna be like, oh, now you count yourself as a co-star.
Well, I'm good on that because I just feel like that's why I'm glad the church is not the building. The church is in us. So we are the church. So if I don't go to a building all the time and pay tithes and offering, there's other ways of offering, paying tithes and offering than just monetarily. So
Offering
if
your
you're
time is
serving,
an offering.
exactly. So if you serving, you being a server, and that is the biggest position you can do is to serve wholeheartedly. So
I'm gonna
I've
start
been
bringing
paying
food.
tithes.
That's my offering. I have brought this pound cake. I will slice it where everybody will get a piece for free. That is my offering. Big Hank can't do that. See, Big Hank can't really leverage that because I come up to the offering table and say, "Hey, man, I don't have no money, but I got this cake."
I'm gonna be like, man, you probably need it more than we do, man. Why don't you go and keep that motherfucker?
I brought a pound cake, and just in case somebody didn't get a couple of extras of Hostess cupcakes. Hey man, hey man, I love y'all, man. I'm gonna talk to y'all Thursday, man.
Love you too,
Okay.
man.
Hey, man. All right, God bless, man.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody
Anthony
out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Roy